dodging a debate makes him look like the coward that he is. And she challenged him to another one immediately. He wants no part of it.
Look, I'm a very stable genius. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's past my cheeseburger's bedtime. Let's go.
According to Rolling Stone, members of Trump's inner circle think another debate would be a bad idea. They say his performance was so disappointing, he doesn't know whether to call it Eric or Don Jr. at this point.
I think that would qualify as not smart, but genius. ...
Nice, even for a few seconds, to be rattled by something other than the election this morning.
Ever wonder what happens when you poke the orange bear? Kimmel and Colbert just found out, and boy, is it a doozy. Our favorite late-night jokesters decided to take a swing at Melania and Trump's reaction. Let's just say it's more explosive than his infamous cuff-F tweet. Buckle up, folks. This comedy train's about to go off the rails. Alright folks, gather round for the latest episode of Late Night vs. the Donald. Our favorite comedians, Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert, decided to spice up their monologues by taking aim at the one and only Melania Trump. And boy, did they hit the bullseye. Kimmel, never one to pull punches, went straight for the jugular. He quipped that Melania's smile was about as genuine as a $3 bill. I've seen more enthusiasm from a cat getting a bath. Kimmel joked, sending his audience into fits of laughter.
When a prize fighter loses a fight, the first words out of his mouth are, "I want a rematch." Polls clearly show that I won the debate against Comrade Kamala Harris.
Look, I'm a very stable genius. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's past my cheeseburger's bedtime. Let's go.
But wait, what happened to this guy?
Anytime, anywhere, anyplace.
Somehow he went from anytime, anywhere, any place to there will be no third debate.
Being like really smart is not the same thing as being really smart, sir.
Not to be outdone, Colbert chimed in with his own zinger. He compared Melania's excitement about being First Lady to Trump's enthusiasm for a salad bar. I'm pretty sure the last time Trump got excited about greens was when he confused the word kale with jail for Hillary. Colbert quipped, his eyebrows dancing with mischief. But wait, there's more. The dynamic duo didn't stop there. They tag-teamed their way through a series of jabs that had their audiences in stitches. Kimmel suggested that Melania's posture at public events was stiffer than Trump's hair in a windstorm. Colbert responded by wondering if Melania's stilettos were actually escape tools, ready to dig a tunnel out of the White House at a moment's notice. As the laughter grew louder, you could almost hear the steam whistling out of Trump's ears all the way from Mar-a-Lago. His face probably turned a shade of red that would make a tomato jealous. You know that vein in his forehead? It was probably throbbing harder than his finger on the Twitter send button. And speaking of Twitter, oh boy, did Trump's thumbs get a workout. He fired off a tweet storm so fierce it made his usual rants look like gentle whispers. Failing Jimmy and stupid Steven think they're so funny. Sad. They wouldn't know real comedy if it hit them in their low ratings.
Still trying to convince the MAGAverse that he didn't blow it on Tuesday night against Kamala Harris, even though he is clearly terrified of facing her again.
If you're going under for surgery, the last thing you want to hear your doctor say is, "Don't worry, I'm mentally stable and like really smart."
Dodging a debate makes him look like the coward that he is. And she challenged him to another one immediately. He wants no part of it.
And a very stable genius at that. Yes.
Trump's caps lock key got more action than a panic button at a clown convention. But the Orange Man's meltdown was just getting started. In a move that surprised absolutely no one, Trump decided to take his grievances to the next level. He announced he'd be holding a press conference to address the unfair and nasty attacks on his beautiful and perfect wife. Picture this: Trump standing behind a podium, his tie flapping in the wind like a distress signal, ranting about late-night comedians as if they were a national security threat. It was a spectacle that had news anchors scratching their heads and fact-checkers reaching for the aspirin. Well, folks, it looks like our tweeter-in-chief decided to fight comedy with more comedy. Trump's not just mad, he's gone full grumpy Trumpy mode, and let me tell you, it's a sight to behold. After that press conference disaster, you'd think Trump would cool off, right? Wrong. He decided to take his rage to his favorite platform, Twitter, and boy, did he unleash a tweet storm that would make a hurricane jealous. Trump's thumbs were working overtime as he fired off tweet after tweet, calling for Kimmel and Colbert to be fired. He claimed they were not funny and bad for America. I guess he forgot that being funny and poking fun at politicians is kind of their job description. But wait, there's more. Trump's loyal army of supporters joined the fray, creating a Twitter storm that had the platform's servers begging for mercy. It was like watching a digital pitchfork mob, only instead of torches, they had emojis in all caps.
According to Rolling Stone, members of Trump's inner circle think another debate would be a bad idea. They say his performance was so disappointing, he doesn't know whether to call it Eric or Don Jr. at this point.
He continued. I went from very successful businessman to top TV star, ...
Trump had a spin out last night on his website, Pravda Social. He wrote, "People are just starting to give me credit for having a great debate."
President of the United States,
Nice, even for a few seconds, to be rattled by something other than the election this morning.
Meanwhile, Kimmel and Colbert were probably high-fiving each other in their respective studios. For comedians, this kind of attention is like Christmas, New Year's, and their birthdays all rolled into one. They hit the comedy jackpot, and Trump was handing out the winning tickets. Not ones to back down from a challenge, Kimmel and Colbert doubled down. They turned Trump's reaction into fodder for even more jokes. It was like watching a comedy tennis match, with Trump lobbing easy setups and the late-night host smashing them back with punchline after punchline. The whole thing spiraled into a political circus, with Trump playing the role of unintentional clown. His attempt to silence the comedians backfired so spectacularly, it's a wonder he didn't break Twitter's retweet button. In this epic showdown between Trump and the late-night comedians, it's clear that laughter is the real champ. Who knew jokes could pack such a punch? Trump's attempts to silence the comedians backfired big time, turning into a comedy goldmine. It's like watching a political version of Whack-A-Mole.
The voters and voter polls showed it, but the fake news media wasn't giving the credit that was due. Wow. Remember, I wasn't debating one person, I was debating three. They should fire everybody at ABC Fake News.
I think that would qualify as not smart, but genius, ...
The Tan Andreas fault, our former president, Donald Trump, is cracking under pressure. His tectonic plates are moving a lot lately.
Also, I think it's worth mentioning that people who are mentally stable generally don't announce it.
It was 3-1. Trump got humiliated by Kamala, the moderators, and by himself, primarily.
The more Trump tries to squash the jokes, the more they pop up. Looks like Trump's skin is thinner than his comb-over in a strong breeze. The late-night hosts are having a field day, serving up zingers faster than Trump can tweet. It's almost as if they should send him a thank you note for all the material. Remember, folks, in the world of politics and comedy, timing is everything. And Trump's timing? Well, let's just say it's about as good as his spray tan application skills. Orange, you glad we have comedians to keep us laughing through it all?